So, as I promised children, I'm going to start with molecular basis of inheritance. So, this is going to be our day one class, and this chapter I'll be taking in such a way that it covers your need as well as I'll take care so that you'll be getting ready for your board exams also, right? So, moving on to molecular basis of inheritance chapter. So in your 10th standard, grade 10, you have studied a lesson related to this, which is heredity and evolution, right? So in this lesson, you would have learned why genes are very important and what is actually the inheritance is, right? So inheritance is nothing but the transmission of character from one generation to the other generation is called as inheritance, right? So to bring about this inheritance, certain components are there present in our body, right? So those are called as nucleic acids. So nucleic acids are nothing but they are the building block of the genetic material. So the genetic material in plants or genetic material in animals or any living organism, this nucleic acid is very, very important, right? So once again, I'll repeat, nucleic acids are the building blocks of this genetic material. So now moving on to this term genetic material, we have to know what is genetic material, isn't it? So genetic material is nothing but it is a substance which helps in the formation. It is a substance which helps in the formation and expression of character, right? Expression of character. So this term character also you can write it as traits, right? So formation and expression of character, this genetic material is very important. Not only for this, genetic material is very, very important for replication. Genetic material can replicate. It not only helps in the formation and expression of character, it can also undergo replication. And one important thing is that it can pass the genes from one cell to the other, or in other terms, from one generation to other generation, from one generation to another generation. So once again I'll repeat, nucleic acids are the building blocks of genetic material, and this genetic material helps in the formation and expression of characters. The term character you can denote it as traits also, and this genetic material undergoes replication and it can transfer the character, or as a result of replication it will be transmitted from one cell to the other cell or from one generation to the other generation. And then moving on to the types of genetic material. So moving on to the types of genetic material, there are two basic types of genetic material. One is called as the DNA, the other one is called as the RNA. So DNA, as you all know, it is present in human beings, and RNA, it is present in plant viruses, right? About this RNA you will be learning in the upcoming topics, and now we'll be learning about this DNA in detail. So DNA is nothing but it is also called as deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is also called as deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA is also called as ribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid. And now, before learning about the structure of DNA, how it replicates, how the transfer is getting transmitted from one generation to other generation, about all these things, you will have to understand, you have to have a clear idea of how it was actually discovered, right? So the first topic we'll learn is about the discovery of DNA. So many scientists were there working regarding this discovery of DNA, and few scientists' name and their contribution I'll be discussing here. So the name of the first scientist who worked hard for the discovery of this DNA was Wilhelm Hofmeister. Wilhelm Hofmeister in the year 1848. He is actually a German botanist. He is actually a German botanist. And the contribution towards the discovery was he traced out a special structure present during the mitotic division. So mitotic, about this mitosis in your grade 11 itself you would have studied under cell cycle and cell division. So this mitosis, when it is about to undergo cell division, he was able to see small rod like structures. He was able to see small rod-like structures, and these small rod-like structures were able to take up certain dyes. When certain dyes were used, they were able to absorb it, and these structures were called as chromosomes. These structures were called as chromosomes. Got it? So once again I'll repeat, Wilhelm Hofmeister, he is actually a German botanist. During the process of mitotic division, inside the nucleus he was able to see small rod-like structures, and these structures were able to take up certain dyes, and these structures were actually named as chromosomes. So moving on to the next one. Moving on to the next scientist. The name of the next scientist is Johann Friedrich Meister. Johann Friedrich Meister in the year 1869. Johann Friedrich Meister in the year 1869, what he did was, so the contribution of the next scientist towards the discovery of DNA was Johann Friedrich Meister in the year 1869. And this scientist, what he did was he isolated nuclei from pus cells, and he named it to be nuclein, and he named that component to be nuclein, and later on that was named as DNA, and then later on it was named as DNA. And moving on to the next concept, when you take eukaryotic chromosomes, so those who are not familiar with the term eukaryote, I'll repeat it. Eukaryotes are organisms which carry true nucleus within them. That is, true nucleus with the nuclear membrane, nuclear pore, the genetic material inside, nucleoplasm. If it is all there, well developed, those organisms are called as eukaryotic organisms. So if such a eukaryotic chromosome bearing organism will have both DNA as well as proteins, they will have both DNA as well as proteins. So there arose another interesting question. Out of this DNA and protein, which one was said to be the genetic material, right? So later on many explanation were there, and one such explanation was in the year 1950. What few scientists told is, they told that protein is responsible for transferring the character from one generation. That is, proteins transfer characters from one generation to other generation. So they told that proteins are said to be the genetic material in 1950s, right? And apart from that, the main reason for giving this explanation was, they told or they explained that proteins, they carry 24 different amino acids. The reason why they told as genetic material is, their explanation was, proteins, they carry 24 different amino acids, and the nucleic acid, they had 4 different nitrogenous bases. 4 different nitrogenous bases. So this nitrogenous bases. So this marked, or this made them to say that proteins are said to be the genetic material. Alright. So next is, so certain scientists, so a group of scientists, they raised a question which is said to be the genetic material, whether DNA or the protein. and a few group of scientists in 1950s, they told that proteins are responsible for transferring the character. The reason is proteins, they had 24 different amino acids, and nucleic acids, they had only 4 different nitrogenous bases. So this was the basic reason for their inference, right, for their discovery. But the actual, now we are moving on to the actual evidence. Now we are moving on to the actual evidence which was proved by the scientists, saying that DNA is said to be the genetic material. So you can take down the heading, evidence of DNA as genetic material, right? Evidence of DNA as the genetic material. So now a scientist, a very famous scientist was there named Frederick Griffith. So if you take your NCERT book, this experiment is actually given a few pages behind the chapter. So now the reason is, before itself they have explained the components present in DNA. But to be very clear, first you have a clear idea about the discovery, and then we'll move on to the structural details of DNA, right? So Frederick Griffith, in the year 1928, they did a very interesting experiment. So he was actually an English army doctor. So evidence of DNA as genetic material, Frederick Griffith experiment, we'll go ahead in the upcoming class. So I'll stop till here. I hope today's session, it was very informative for you. It was very clear for you. Inform all your friends to subscribe this channel, and click on the bell icon to get the notification. Hope you enjoyed my today's session. Thank you, children. Thank you.